Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Learning with Teacher Kai. Are you familiar with the game Wordle? It is actually a very popular game nowadays. The New York Times has purchased it for 7 figures. Wow, that's a lot of money. Did you know that in 1900s we had an equivalent game to Wordle? It is actually called the Doublet puzzle, and that's what we're going to learn about today. Most people probably know Lewis Carroll as the author of Alice's Adventure in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Now let's learn more about Lewis Carroll. Hey Google, who is Lewis Carroll?
According to Wikipedia, Charles Lutwidge Dodgson, better known by his pen name Lewis Carroll, was an English author, illustrator, poet, mathematician, photographer, teacher, and inventor. His most notable works are Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and its sequel Through the Looking Glass.
Google, you may stop. One of Carroll's puzzle's unquestioned masterpieces is the Doublet, and that's what we're going to learn about today, which he introduced through the pages of Vanity Fair in March of 1879. The Doublet asked us to perform a given word into another by changing only one letter at a time, forming a genuine new word, not a proper name, with each letter change. Now, let's try an example. Let's turn head to tail in 4 links. I wonder how we're gonna do that. Now let's try this. Let's start with the word head, and we're going to change it to tail in 4 link words. So here's the first one. We change the ending letter to L. So from D, we change it to L. It becomes heel. Now we change H to T. We now have teal. And we change A to L. That gives us tell. And we change E to A. We now have tall. And finally, we change one L to I. That's how we get to the final word, tail. So you see, we began with head and ended with tail. You see the 4 links between head and tail. These are the words heel, teal, tell, and tall. Let's try another one. We're going to try to turn cold to warm, this time in 3 links. So we have cold. Then we change L to R. That makes the word cord. And we change O to A. We now have card. And the 3rd link is we change C to W, which makes the word ward. And finally, we change letter D to letter M. We now have the final word, which is warm. So from cold to warm. And the 3 link words are cord, card, and ward. Please pay attention to how we change each word. We did that by just changing one letter at a time. I hope you're now following how we are able to turn a word into another word. Now, let's have another example. This time, we're going to turn an ape into man. Alright, so we start with ape. And then we change the E to T. That gives us apt. Then we change A to O, making it opt. And then we change P to A. We now have oat. And then we change O to M. We now have mat. And finally, we change T to N. That made it to man. I hope you are following through, because this is really fun. You are going to enhance or enrich your vocabulary as you continue working on it. Now we are going to turn wet to dry. So we begin with wet. We change the first letter to B. That gives us bet. And then we change the middle letter A. That becomes bat. And then we change the last letter to Y. That gives us bay. And then again, we change the first letter to D. That gives us day. And we change the second letter or the middle letter to R. That gave us dry. So that's how we change or turned wet to dry in 4 links. And now for our homework and the chance to win in our weekly draw, you are to turn tears to smile in 4 links. Please just follow the pattern of how we change the first word into our goal word. For our homework, it's actually tears to smile. Yes, please make sure you turn in your answer not later than March 12th. That's a Saturday at 8 p.m. Maryland time. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. Don't forget, let's build the world one word at a time. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. Bye-bye.